The withdrawal of American-led foreign forces from Afghanistan is all but complete, while the Taliban are surging across Afghanistan, snapping up territories. The chairman of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, has now ruled out Taliban's victory, even as the insurgents have the strategic momentum in their sweeping offensives across Afghanistan. According to the top U.S. general, Taliban now controls about half of Afghanistan's roughly 400 districts, but none of the country's densely populated main cities or any of the country's 34 provincial capitals. Afghan security forces are consolidating their forces to protect major urban cities. Milley added that the chance of a negotiated political settlement is still out there yet. A Taliban automatic military takeover is a foregone conclusion.
Afghanistan is squarely in the hands of the Afghan people. And there are a range of possible outcomes in Afghanistan. And I want to emphasize repeatedly, and I've said this before, a negative outcome, a Taliban automatic military takeover, is not a foregone conclusion. There's a possibility of a complete Taliban takeover or a possibility of any number of other scenarios, breakdowns, warlordism, all kinds of other scenarios that are out there. We're monitoring very closely. I don't think the end game is yet written.
Now, the Pentagon says that the U.S. withdrawal is 95% finished and will be completed by the end of August. And while the Biden administration has vowed to continue financial assistance and logistical support for Afghan forces after August, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said the focus of the U.S. military efforts will be countering terrorist threats, not the Taliban. Now, Austin said that the U.S. will keep an eye on Al-Qaeda, the extremist network who used Afghanistan as a haven for planning the 9/11 attacks on the United States. The United States has handed over 3 Black Hawk helicopter gunships to the Afghan army, and more equipment would follow. According to U.S. Defense Secretary, U.S. units have been positioned in Qatar to keep fighting jihadists in Afghanistan after the withdrawal. Now, the first group of around 700 Afghans who worked for the U.S. Army will be arriving in the United States next week with their immediate families. Another 4,000 workers and their families have been cleared to receive immigrant visas. Afghan civilians are watching the Taliban advance in fear, especially women and minorities who stand to lose their hard-won rights and freedoms if the Taliban returns to any form of power here. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.